start recording. Okay. Do not use the minus sign. You're not subtracting, you're changing the sign. So you're either going to use the plus minus, which changes it from plus to minus, from positive to negative, or you're going to use the one that's in brackets, which means make it negative, make it the opposite sign. Okay, so try typing in this and see what you get. And if you can't see it up here, it is on your sheet on page 32, about halfway down. And I would like you to show me what you get, okay? So I'm going to come over, I'm going to see what you get when you type that in, okay? Oh, I don't even know what I should get. Oh, that's okay. Okay. There we go. Hi.
We're going to find the plus minus.
Yours is there.
This one.
Yes, if you have trouble finding the plus minus button, let me know. I can help you find that.
Yeah.
All right, what did you get?
This is a bit suspicious.
Ah, okay. So what you're going to do, if you run into this problem, there are two options. You can, actually yours is a good option. Do you see the little thing that says sci-eng?
Yeah.
Okay, you want it in
Oh,
scientific
yeah, I know.
notation,
I
so
like
you're
learning
just going to go, and you'll go up, and then go. There you go. Yes? All right, what did you get? You got 160. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. So we're going to go 8 times 10 to the -2, and -2, so we use that one, not the minus, -2, and then we're going to divide by 7 times 10 to the 3, and then we're going to divide by 5 times 10 to the -4. Oh, hang on, I got something different than you, Wilfred. 8 times 10 to the -2. I probably pushed the button wrong though, because I have a tendency to do that. 7 times 10 to the 3. 5 times 10 to the 4. 0.02286. You should get 0.02286. And if you're not getting 0.02286, wave me over. Ah, okay. So, okay. So we want to
Oh, I'm part.
one graph.
I got this.
Divide by 7 times 3, and then we're going to divide by 5 times 10 to the try it and see it out. Okay.
Yeah, what you got? Go calculate.
And then because this is in the denominator, this divides Okay, we can hold it up. Let's just start getting rid of that. So we're going to go 8, and then times 10 to that.
I love that. Your face, you know that first.
So I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
I got this.
okay.
I know.
Divide by 7. Divide by 5. What?
Ow. Why? Oh my god. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Who means sausage?
Right?
Give me.
All right. One thing I would like to draw your attention to is when I type this into my calculator to save myself time, I do 8 times 10 to the 2, and then I divide by this, and then I divide by that. So I don't press times at all during this calculation. There is no multiplying in this. I am taking 8 divided by 7 divided by 5, essentially, with all those powers of 10 in there. Okay? So just 8 divided by 7 divided by 5. That's what it means. Okay? All right, let's see if there's anything in here. There's a few other little details to get you going. There we go. Oh, and here's one that happens fairly frequently. Sometimes people get excited by this button, but they're still attached to this business. Yes? And so they type in 7.3 times 10, and then they do the EE button, right? But remember, this EE button already includes the times 10 to the. So if you do that, you end up multiplying by 10 twice. So you don't ever want to type times 10. Never type times 10. Okay, not literally. Negative exponents, make sure you're using either this button or this button, but don't use the subtract button. It does something slightly different. Sometimes you might be okay and other times you might not. All right, there are some exercises on page 34 that I would like you to give a go. Page 34. Okay, if you're on your phone, you're getting off your phone.
When do you think we'll get tests back?
You will get them back as soon as everyone has written. I've still got 3 people to finish. Yeah. They are marked though.
Yeah. Did you see the mark? Like that's exactly the mark. Oh really?
Oh, if you show me page 34, numbers 1 through 10.
Oh god.
Once you've done numbers 1 through 10 on page 34, you may see your test mark. I can't give you back your test yet because I've still got a few people to write, but if you would like to see your mark, numbers 1 through 10, please.
Mark's not game.
Nope, not yet. Oh, okay. This one? For something smaller, I don't know about the calculator. What I will say is that if you really want to instructions on how to put it into scientific Your answer, you can either write it in standard notation or in scientific notation, but be reasonable. If it looks like you're drawing too many zeros for Ms. Spence to count easily, it should go into scientific notation. If the number is 20 and you've written it in scientific notation, probably you should just write it in standard notation. So try and be sensible about your use of standard and scientific notation. What am I doing?
This bad. I used to watch her.
Yes.
I remember I got a big long library. Was the class average for the test good?
Yes.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, remember, you are also applying scientific notation, or sorry, sig figs to these numbers. So you have to say, how many sig figs do I have in my question? How many sig figs should I have in my answer? Okay?
For number 1, I multiplied, right?
Yes. Yes, yes. Let's see. Leo's here, Marco's here, J-Ron's here, Azina's here, Christy's here. Wilfred, Nathan, B. Is Kian away? Is Kian away? Yeah? Okay. Jerome, Ari, Caleb, Adam, Sky, Daniela, Megan, Anthony, Anne, Abhishek, Matthew, Anna, Jen,
Okay, so. It's not, I know.
That's unhealthy. Yeah.
You're inside that one. What? Times that. Or. Yeah. Yeah, and you just have to remember that it's a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, let me know if you have any more problems with it. Okay? And you can just round it to 6. How many 6 pigs? How many 6 pigs?
Very large.
I mean, your answer, you're round to 3 6.
More.
Yes. Sarah asked me.
Oh.
Okay, so it is actually pledged. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now. You're loving it. Good. Yeah. And you know what? Are you being 6 pigs? Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, okay, so first of all, let's just start with this one because you lost your times 10. Oops. Right? Yeah. And how many significant figures do we need? When we multiply or divide, we go to the least number of significant. So there's 3 significants, 3 significants, and going to the other side. Okay. So if there have been 3 and 4, 3, if there's 4, 2, 2, 1, 4, 4. Make sense? This would be 0.2, but it's still 1. And this one here, again, we got 3 and 3, so
Yeah, this one just faster.
start that one from scratch. Excellent. Pull this out here. That is 64, and that's not the right page. Sorry. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Out of 64, and that's our baby. That's the enriched. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So which one do you want to do? This one here, okay, so you want to go, back to negative. Right? And 4, and then times 10 to that.
See the path line now?
Negative 4.
Already, like,
And then you're gonna multiply by
yeah, because
7.33 times 10 to that. 12. There you go. And then if it's big and long and ugly like that, there might be a way to change its sign on your calculator, but I don't see it right now. If you want to, you can look at chart LW5XP online. There will be a manual. You can look up how to turn it into signs. Okay. Hello. Oh, okay. So we have
4 versus.
yeah. Hello, right? All right. So what is
That's tall. Today the practice, I live later in the theater, but I'm doing practice.
And if you finish numbers 1 to 10, you might as well do 11 through 14. Okay?
How's it going?
Yeah, how's he put on?
Okay. So.
Did you get held back?
Yeah.
What? 60. Oh, I thought you were.
Oh, no, right.
I thought you were getting.
No. Oh,
It was either 2 or 5. I just not do. No.
I found out 5.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, you can. Okay, so that's out of 64, and that's the enriched. Okay? Yeah.
Oh wait, Miss Bess.
Yeah.
Can I see the Michigan? I got like short-term memory loss.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay?
Oh, it was 5.5. Not 2.
Hi.
Yeah.
It's the very list.
Divide by 6.02. And then we're dividing. Yes, because if you multiply, then it's okay, get that here. And then I might do. Yeah, but that's what you throw down here. Okay, so here's the deal. It's not a hugely easy mix. Manual online
I never started.
Okay, now, other than that,
Like this.
I'm still now. Yeah. Alright, so we have negative 10 to the 4 times.
No, they didn't do more. I remember it. I remember some people, but I don't know. Didn't work out.
Now, once you get to the topic, you want to find mode.
If I wanted to, I could take English
You have to look up like.
and the asynchronous. I would finish.
So,
Actually, not really. I would do English based course and then I can use some.
Anyone got a question? Yes, hello. Okay, so we have Lauren.
Yeah.
4. That's your 4, and that's out of 8. Yeah. How's it going? Okay, so this one here, you got 2 sig figs, that's good, but you forgot to bring the constants together. Yeah. Now for this one, this is a huge number, yes? So wouldn't it be better to put that in the notation? So you move your decimal place.
Yeah, it's practice.
Yeah. So you move your decimal place. 3, 6, 9. Times 10 to the 9. And then
I don't see it. Oh, no, up and down.
3. Yes. 4 signifiers.
My car, not even
Yeah.
yours. Actually, no. Sometimes I'm not sure who's gonna start.
Yeah.
My windows are.
All right,
Matthew.
so.
It's very, I just. I'm doing the chat. I was sick for over a week. Yeah. That's true.
The strap has been brutal this year.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because we went on it. They were like pressure. You know what? We go. Just lucky as that person.
Anyway, so if you ever have sore throat and you develop like, pain somewhere else, go to the hospital immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I waited a week before I was.
It took a another 1 week last. Okay, tell me what you said. You don't see that. Really? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now if you get a number like that, and you're like, oh, I can't see the rest of it, you are lucky because your calculator does that whole thing up there. Side. Side. Oh, yes.
I never knew that.
Right? Oh, yes.
I'm finished. I'm ready for my test.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, Sky, that's out of 64,
All right.
and that's the enriched out of 8.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
I'm gonna say
Yes.
I didn't finish the calculations. Can I still see my grade?
No.
Can I see my grade?
Yes. Okay, so let's see. Aaliyah, that's out of 64, and that's the enriched out of 8. 56.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Leo, that's out of 64,
Oh, and enriched.
and the enriched, that's at 8. Okay?
So you have totally enriched. No. So basically. Okay.
Well, it's like, so if you get full marks on all of the enriched stuff,
Oh, the last one.
if you get full marks on everything enriched, I add 3% to your grade. If you get 50% on the enriched, I add 1.5% to your grade. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
do it at the end of term because it's too much of a pain to do it all the way along. Okay, I'd like to show you one more thing about your calculator. Okay. Whoa, there we go. And this is just, like, if you forget how to use your calculator and you're like, I need a reference on how to use my calculator, in the reference section, 2.0E says calculator tips. Okay, so it gives you calculator tips on how to use the E, EXP, or 10 to the X. It gives you the little use the negative button. It gives you another tip that we'll talk about later. Now, here is one of the things that you need to know. If your calculator reads, so this is page 5, so everyone turn to page 5, please. Because even if your calculator doesn't regularly do this, if you forget your calculator and you need to borrow one and it does this, then you need to know what to do about it. If your answer to a question says 0.00000 and then there's one number at the end, do you think this thing really just has one digit in it? No. There's a bunch of other digits that have fallen off the end of the calculator. They've just been chopped off. Now, the first way to deal with this is to go and look up on your calculator if you have a button that says Sci, Fix, or Sci, Eng, then you are really lucky because those buttons, with the stroke of one button, it will allow you to change between scientific notation and fixed decimal. Okay? Or it'll allow you to change between floating decimal, scientific notation, and engineering notation. Engineering notation just puts it in different powers of 10 to the 3. So it'll be like 10 to the 3 or 10 to the 6. Just don't worry about engineering. We're not doing engineering this year, so just ignore it. So if you have one of those buttons, you're lucky. If you are not so lucky, what you should do is you should go find the model number of your calculator. Where will you find that? Usually at top right. Okay? And then you are going to go and look up on, you could do it on your phone. Usually the phone's a bit of a pain, so you can use a computer if you have one at home. But you feel free to do it now if you feel, I know you guys have better eyes than I do, so you can probably even see on your phone. Look up how to change to scientific notation on your calculator. So go on your phone and look up your model number and find the manual, okay? So you can Google your calculator models manual, or you can Google the calculator model plus the word scientific notation, and it will probably tell you how to change. Once you have figured that out, write it down here so that you have it in a place you can always go look for it. Or even write it down on the cover of your book. Yes? I actually took a silver pen and wrote it on the back of my calculator, how to do it, so I didn't have to look it up every time. So take a moment and do that, if you can. So you don't have to do anything, just look up your calculator model. And scientific notation. And it should tell you how to change it. If you are having problems figuring out how to change it, call me over and I might be able to help you out. And if you're using my calculator, I can probably tell you how to do it. However, you won't be using my calculator next time because you'll probably be using your own. So there we are. So take, I don't know, 5 minutes and do that. And once you have figured out how to do it on the calculator, you're going to show me. Yes, so I'm And if you need to know your test mark, because you've finished, come and show me. Matthew, that's out of 64, and that is the inverse of 8. Okay. Hello. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so Daniel, that's out of 64. Okay, and that's the enriched derivative. That's just the enriched. So it's just like that. Okay. Hello. Yes, you can. So, yeah, that's your mark out of 64. And that's the, yeah, it's pretty good. And that's the enriched derivative. Okay. Okay. Stephanie, thank you. And where are you at? You're there. That's out of 64. And that's the enriched derivative. Okay. Hello.
Finished it.
Excellent. Okay. Vinny, that's your mark out of 64.
Yes.
Right? And that's the enriched derivative.
And we're 7, 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I can show you later, but I can't show you today. Hello. Oh, that's out of 64. Oh, really? Wow. Yeah. And that's the enriched derivative. Okay. We'll figure that out. Hello. Hannah, that's the out of 64. Hey, and that's the enriched. And that's the enriched. Hey, hey. Okay.
Well, mine was just shift, setup, then scientific.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah. Out of 61. Yeah. Well, these go and get added and all of them together. So don't even worry about shooting stuff now. All right, friends. Anyone else want to check their test mark? Anyone who's not seen their test mark would like to know it. Right, okay, out of 64. And then that's the enriched derivative.
No, not for no.
60.
Out of 64.
Oh,
Yes. Okay. That's out of 64. That's the enriched derivative. Okay. Oh, that's out of 64. Right? And that's the enriched derivative. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. You can, but I need you to do something for me. Because you did something different than I was asking for at one point. Could you write down, you had the mega kilodeshi centimeter. Could you write down the letters for each of them, please?
What do you mean?
You know, like mega, what letter represents mega? Like if you have a kilogram, what's the symbol for kilogram? Okay, so just the letter for,
Like
yeah,
centimeter, like this?
yeah, but just, okay, so you have the centi, but what would you write for
Oh, like
centi?
cm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So just the C part, okay? It's okay.
That's valid.
All right, friends, we're going to learn something new in the last 10 minutes. Woo! Okay, so here we go. This is on page 35. Page 35. So we're just going to get introduced to this today, and then you can finish it off. We'll finish it off next day. Adding and subtracting in scientific notation is not nearly as nice. Put your phone away. It's not nearly as nice as multiplying and dividing. When you are multiplying and dividing, you can simply use your calculator, okay? When you add and subtract, you have to do some factoring. You have to treat the powers of 10 separately. You have to convert from one power of 10 to a different power of 10. It is much more involved. So, hopefully you guys are familiar with something like this. If you have 4x plus 2x equals 6x, you can factor out the x. Okay, so you have 4 plus 2x is equal to 6x. Now, instead of factoring out something like an x, we are going to be factoring out the power of 10. Okay? So, let's say we have 4 times 10 to the 3 plus 2 times 10 to the 3. We're going to factor out the power of 10. So we're still going to have 4 plus 2. Okay, so that's our 4 plus 2, and then times 10 to the 3. So then you just take the 4 and you add the 2 and you get 6 times 10 to the 3. Is good? Okay. Let's try this one here. We have a times 10 to the 4 and a times 10 to the 4. So we can factor out times 10 to the 4. And now our coefficients, 4.5 plus 1.75. Now this is an addition, and because this is chemistry, what do we need to remember to do? Use the sig fig rule. Which rule will we be using? Will we be using the multiplying dividing rule? Or will we be using this adding subtracting rule? Come on. Multiplying and dividing or adding and subtracting? Adding and subtracting. Tell your partner, what is the rule when we add and subtract? Hi. Thank you. Round to the first round to the first
You just gotta say it louder.
uncertain digit. So we have a 4.5 and we have a 1.75. Because the tenths is uncertain, that 2 is uncertain. Because the hundredths is uncertain, the 5 is uncertain. Are you allowed to have 2 uncertain digits? No, just 1. So what you will do then is you will say, I need to round this to the 2, so I need to look to the right and say, what number is that? That's a 5. When it's a 5, I round up. So this becomes 6.3, and that 10 to the 4 that we factored out just stays there. Okay, so it's times 10 to the 4. Now, let's just see if I have some problems that are like that. Hang on. You guys should be able to do, with that little instruction, numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So your homework, as well as to study for your test, is to do questions 1, 2, 3, and 4 on page 37. And study for quiz. On 2.1.
Can we check my mark again?
Out of 64. And if you have not yet handed in your lab, please hand in your lab. There's a few of you. Oh, thank you very much. If you borrowed a calculator, could you please return it? Otherwise, I won't have calculators to lend out next time. Thank you so much. Yes.
Would it be possible for me to redo some of my quizzes tomorrow? And
Sure.
Wednesday I do the test. Okay,
Yeah,
thank
why
you so
not?
much.
Absolutely.